Good morning, viewers. How are we doing today? Today we are going to see another edition of our Afripreneur Ventures. So today we are going to talk about cassava and the economic potential of cassava. So cassava is one of those crops that have the ability to be processed in several forms. We have cassava flour, we have gari, we have starch, we have ethanol. Those are some things in which cassava can be processed in. So when it comes to transformation, cassava is one of those crops that is open to have a lot of transformation processes that can be processed in several forms. So here is a cassava processing plant that is based in Nigeria especially, and the state is Kano. So it's a company that is very detailed. So here we can actually see the stages of transformation of cassava. We have the stage of planting, harvesting, and bringing to the factory. So it's in the factory that the magic occurs. So here we have a conveyor belt that carries the cassava to where it's going to be processed. Here is grinding section of the cassava. So you can see. So here we have the cassava oil transformed into flour. So cassava can be transformed in several forms, as I earlier said. It can become starch. You can produce ethanol. You can produce gari. So it's a very broad kind of crop. So if you live in Cameroon, I'm very sure that you have come across this information about the government that is encouraging the youth to engage into cassava production, because it's one of these crops that will help to substitute from wheat. We have to note that cassava have the ability to be processed to have flour, and that flour can be substituted to wheat. So we are aiming at producing wheat at a large cassava at a large scale that will help to produce good quality flour. For example, here we have gari. Gari is one of the product obtained from cassava. So the gari can really help the economy to grow and increase the GDP. So company like this will be very good to third world countries that are lacking in DGPs. So this is a good business idea to start with. If you have access to a great land, you can actually decide to in this kind of venture and produce and be a producer of cassava. You have to know that the country of residence where you are can be a good point of start before going to large scale. So I leave you with the screen, be instructed and see how you can develop that your idea of entrepreneurship. So if you have access to tractors, it's really going to help you to boost your production. You have to start from somewhere. You cannot just start big at once, depending on the situation in which you are. If maybe you are a private investor and you have access to financing, it's a good point of start. You can get tractors and get workers to actually boost your production. So based on the statistics, it is said that one of the greatest producer of cassava is from Africa. Actually, it's from Africa. So cassava is not only produced here in Africa. There are countries such as Thailand that are also engaged in the production of cassava. So everything here is done locally due to the poor access of higher machines. So everything is done locally. But as the activity grows, we know that some other machines are going to be added on the value production. So right here we are producing what we call fufu, and this fufu can be eaten with sauce and vegetables at times. So such products are very innovative. Because back then people never had the idea on how to commercialize this, but with the advancement of technology, we are able to come up with new ideas and see how we can push product from Africa. So we are witnessing a day-to-day change. The made in Africa is becoming a reality as time goes by. So Africa is one of these ground. If you wish to invest in, you can really engage. So here we have the plantation. This is the factory. So we have the place where everything is being received. So this car actually go to the farms and the people harvest and put inside, and they come and drop here at the factory for processing. So this process can take 1 to 2 weeks because depending on what we want to produce, it's going to determine how long the cassava have to be on the ground or how fresh the cassava will be. For a case where we want to produce cassava flour, the cassava should be 48 hours old. So if we exceed those 48 hours, it becomes another product. So everything is time bound and time conscious. Here the machine is to shuffle and wash and clean the cassava for transformation. Now the cassava have been peeled, you can see that, and when it's peeled it is grind and it is transformed into flour. Like this, for example, we are assisting at the production of gari and pears. So for this one, it's a gallon containing starch and some other chemical product like ethanol for the production of toothpaste. So it's a very broad product. When you see, it's a very broad product. Yeah, statistic, we can see that Thailand is among the first producers of cassava, followed by Colombia. So Thailand is one of the major producers of cassava flour in the world. I've seen that in the world. But as time goes by, Nigeria is gonna go up, and these are some products produced from cassava. You can see we have sugar, not added sugar, like pure sugar. So these are the things, and here we have the bakery. These are some breads that is being made out of cassava. So we have now the biofuel. So a lot can be done with cassava. It's really a broad product. As I said, if you really think of investing in crop production, cassava will be the best, one of the best. So this is a dish, a traditional dish from Nigeria that has been made on cassava. Can you imagine that? A dish that is so fantastic. So there is a communique that will come towards the end of the video about some finance projects the government of Cameroon is actually financing youth to engage themselves into cassava production. So if you're a Cameroonian, it'd be good for you to actually venture into this and get in contact with the Ministry of Agriculture to have more insight on how you can actually benefit from this financing, because they finance the project from the beginning to the end. This is to help to solve the problem of cassava production due to the crisis that Ukraine and Russia is facing. So if you're in Cameroon and you're a Cameroonian, you wish to venture into it, that is coming. Thank you.